Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ha, Rocha, Kwadash, Ma'amath. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. Double honors to my elder, Aharawan Banyashral of the Lions Den Camp here in Jacksonville, Florida. Also, salutations to the sincere Akim, pushing his truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm Nakar Karab Banyasharala coming out of the Lions Den Camp of Yasharala here in Jacksonville, Florida. Now today I'll be coming out with a lesson, and this is another article that the bishop of this camp, the Lions Den Camp, Bishop Kanat, he put this article in the group chat again, and it says China responds to possible U.S. sanctions for helping Russia's Ukraine war. And of course, you know how Esau gets down. He has a narrative, so he's really trying to paint Russia as the bad guy. But it's not working more than it is working. So now, since that whole agenda or narrative ain't really going across well, and they're trying to drag China into it as I'm just, for lack of a better term, collateral damage or collateral demonization, when it is really Babylon, America, that's really the problem in the earth and this whole little thing. But without further ado, let's get right into it. This is it says China blasted the long arm jurisdiction. And we all know what the long arm jurisdiction is. It says of the U.S. in response to Congress is weighing sanctions over alleged Chinese assistance to Russia. It has been publicly said by those Moabites, those Chinese, that they will support Russia. That Russia and China do stand together. Hell, they're part of BRICS, so they're already in an alliance with each other. Let's continue. It says, we follow an objective and impartial position on the Ukraine crisis and have worked actively to promote peace talks, said Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning at a press conference on Tuesday. We have not sat idly by, still less exploited the situation for selfish gain. So basically, China is objective to what's going on. Well, they're objective to the finger points, by Babylon, America, in the so-called crisis, quote unquote, But China, it says China has actively worked to promote peace talks, and that that's somewhat true. Certain places China ain't really trying to uh, push for war. Really, ain't none of these other countries pushing for war. It's only one that's pushing for war. Everybody else is just uh, mounting a defense and or a response uh, uh, to whatever is going to happen. But this is all the work and the power and the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to get these countries ready to go to war for the third war, World War III. Because that's all this is. These are wars and rumors of wars that we're hearing about. Well, let's continue. It says China has been a lifeline sanction strapped. It's like a lifeline to sanction strapped Russia through its financial trade and flows since Moscow's invasion of Ukraine 2 years ago. I mean, and the thing about it, you can tell this is some U.S. jargon. You can tell because it's finger pointing, and that's all it is. It's finger pointing. It's deceit and mischief, and so much so like this. They want to say U.S. They want to say sanction strapped Russia. Those sanctions don't affect Russia at all, and this is the truth. So this is how you know that this is just an article did up by the West over here to try and paint some kind of narrative. But we're still gonna continue though. And then when it comes down to Moscow's invasion, well, if there wouldn't have not been an expansion towards Russia's territory as Russia had asked, this wouldn't even be happening. So that's how you know. Oh, so that is not again a provocation of war. Russia didn't say, "Hey, don't expand towards my borders or my territory, because if you do, I'm gonna do this." It was really like, please don't, please don't. Like, just let us be over here, and we'll comply with it. But no, U.S. and NATO couldn't understand that. You know what I'm saying? The North Atlantic Treaty Organization, they didn't understand, and they started expanding towards westward towards Russia's territory. So now we have this with Ukraine being used as a proxy of war. But let's continue. Uh, but again, it says China has been a lifeline to sanction-strapped Russia through its financial trade flows since Moscow's invasion of Ukraine 2 years ago. Though Beijing denies supplying lethal weaponry, it's a suspected source of dual-use components. Ukraine reported finding in Russia tools of war like Orlan-10 drones. The Biden administration has already sanctioned 16 Chinese firms, including state-owned companies, Salakia. And it's like Beijing, China, because Beijing is the capital of China, but China is not denying anything. They've been clear. Russia has been clear. These other nations, BRICS in general, has been clear that they stick together and that they do what they need to do. China and Russia are now in league. Yes, they are helping each other. This is known. Yes, they probably do trade armaments, or yes, they do help each other. This is not a thing where the U.S. is finding out all this information and China's like, no, we're not doing that. No, this is a known thing. But this article is just Esau trying to paint a narrative, which is, his tongue devising mischiefs like a sharp razor working deceitfully. But let's continue. It says Mao said China has the right to cooperate with other countries on a normal basis and rejected unilateral sanctions and long arm jurisdiction that lack basis in international law or United Nations Security Council mandate. So there you go. It's basically Babylon and America saying, "Oh, you can't do this," and China's like, "Man, we can do what we want to do. We can have business with other countries," and has rejected a rejected those sanctions of the long arm jurisdiction that translates to America's power. That's what that long arm jurisdiction is. When it says that, it's talking about Babylon, America. Well, let's continue. And this is what China says. It says China will continue to do what is necessary to firmly safeguard the legitimate lawful rights and interests of Chinese companies. She added. So basically, China is going to protect their assets. They're not gonna allow tomfoolery or anything or any kind of sabotage to come near it, like Babylon America does. Let's continue. It says Mao's remarks echo those of China's top diplomat Wang Yi on Saturday at a security summit in Munich, Germany. He stressed that Beijing supports political solutions to hotspot issues and does not add fuel to the fire. And the truth of the matter is, if you've been paying attention, that's really been the MO, the modus operandum, or the program of China. That's really what they've been doing. Kind of staying out of the fire, but at the same time guarding themselves just in case the fire comes to them. Just look at what's going on over in the straits right now between China and America and the Philippines. over there, the South China Sea. That is a great example of Moabites just making sure that they are prepared, because the truth of the matter is this it's a provocation of war, and Babylon America is the one that's doing it, so that they can use an excuse to attack a country and or people that really wasn't attacking them. But this is the MO of Babylon America. But let's continue. It says secondary sanctions could bite particularly hard given China's mounting economic woes. China is not suffering as Esau would have it written in these articles. But America is, though. That's what they not putting in the articles. That's what they not showing. It says Virginia Democratic Representative Gerald Connolly, it's probably Connolly, but I'm gonna call him Connolly just cause, who sits on the House Representatives Committee of Foreign Relations, told CNBC on the sidelines of the Munich conference. There you go. This downplaying. They making up stuff. This is what Esau do. He makes up lies. China has to understand that the same kind of sanctions which are beginning to really take hold in Russia are affecting Russian productivity, economic performance, and quality of life can also be applied to China, Connolly said, or Cannoli. And frankly, China has a lot more to lose than Russia. And see, that's a threat right there. That's a threat. That's all day. That's a threat. Because this is how Esau moves. He puff at his enemies. He does that. That's a threat. Those sanctions are not affecting Russia. Those sanctions are not really affecting China. They're doing business. America's being cut out. So there has to be some tongues of Esau devising mischiefs. But without further ado, let's get right into it. This is Psalms 52 and 2. It says, thy tongue deviseth mischiefs like a sharp razor working deceitfully. So Esau's tongue is always devising some kind of mischief. You know what I'm saying? Like a sharp razor, because sharp razors, they cut. Working deceitfully, lies. When you being deceitful, you lying. You're not being truthful. You're not being honest. Continuing, verse 3, it says, thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness. Selah. So these Edomites, Babylon America, would rather speak more evil than good. Esau loves evil more than he loves good, and he would rather lie about what's really going on than to speak righteousness and or speak the truth about how things really are going on. And he's around what, puffing at the enemies, he's huffing at his enemies, saying all this stuff, trying to downplay it. Sorry to say, but these sanctions is not affecting these other countries as worse as the mainstream media or the propaganda is saying that it is. Because if that's the case, this whole thing would be going completely different than it is going now. But let's continue. Verse 4, it says, thou lovest all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue. Let's go down to them devouring words that Esau had used. Right here it says secondary sanctions could bite particularly hard given China's mounting economic woes. What mounting economic woes does China have? What are they? And of course, this is a democratic representative, you know, and it says China has to understand that the same kind of sanctions which are beginning to take hold in Russia are affecting Russian productivity. And frankly, China has a lot more to lose than Russia. That's all threats right there. Those are those devouring words that Esau uses. His deceitful tongue. So again, verse 4 of Psalms 52. Thou lovest all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue. And that's how Esau does. He loves devouring words because his tongue is deceitful. He likes to downplay and say that things are going to fail so that he can feel better because he thinks that if he say it enough or speak it enough, it's going to happen. Sorry to say, these other nations have become stronger than America. No, not sorry to say, gladly to say. These other nations have become way stronger than America. America is lagging behind. These other nations are stronger, and these little whack behind sanctions that Babylon America is doing is not working. They're just not working. Let's continue. Let's go here. My last point. Let's go to Habakkuk. This is Habakkuk chapter 2. I'm gonna start at verse 4. It says, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith." So the soul of Esau, which is lifted up, it is not upright. So every time you hear Esau talking about all this and all that, you can bet your bottom dollar 90%, 99% of that is a lie. And that Babylon America is never ever at fault. Esau's soul that which is lifted up is not upright in him, meaning Esau can't do right. He's the physical epitome of can't get right, won't do right, not gonna do right. But it says the just shall live by faith. Verse 5, it says, "Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man." What is his wine? His sanctions, his rules, his regulations, his treaties, his agreements, his clauses, all those things. It says he transgresseth by wine. That's his wine, the philosophies and the beliefs and all that stuff. Why? Because he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all people, all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. So Esau's proud. Babylon America is Esau's I won't say brainchild. Yeah, whatever, brainchild. I'll use that terminology. And he's become proud in that. And to this day, this place is still a very proud place. Even in its weakened state, it is still very proud. And they what? Enlarge it. Esau does this thing where he doesn't keep at home. He's not minding his business. Look at what's going on over there in the South China Sea, between China and the Philippines. Esau got his little dirty, nasty, stink, corn foot, corn chips smelling, toe jam, stinking feet in the hands and feet in all in that, trying to cause a problem. That's transgression. He's not keeping at home. Who enlargeth what his desire as hell. Esau want to take over stuff that's not his. And he's what? As death. Everywhere Esau go, he cause problems. People die and cannot be satisfied. It says what? Desire as hell and his death. It cannot be satisfied. Esau just cannot be satisfied. And he want to heap unto himself all people. He want to be over everything. He want to be in front of everything. That's what it means by gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto himself all people. He want to be the one in front, but he's not fit. He's never ever been fit. And as we can see with our eyes how things are going, that he is not fit. I mean, nothing but a dirty ass liar, man. Useless. He ain't even get in the position he in. He didn't even get in this position of his own power. The Lord put him in this position. But it says in Obadiah that Esau is a base man. As a matter of fact, not base man, small and greatly despised among all the heathens. Yeah. Obadiah verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, and thou art greatly despised. So Esau is small among the heathens. He's the least of the least. And small. Greatly despised. You got 100% of we'll say the earth's population. Esau only make up 10% of that. If I'm not mistaken. I might have to look it up again. It probably has changed. Or it may have dwindled because they ain't making as many babies as they used to. With all the Planned Parenthood and other main ones that's going to get it, and the numbers are dwindling. Jake steady, our women still walking around here with baby bumps and stuff like that. But nonetheless, Esau is small among the heathen. He's greatly despised, and we see that in this day. These other nations are tired of Esau. They're tired of Babylon, America, and the power structure as it is now. So let's continue. Verse 6, it says, shall not these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. So because Esau transgresses by his wine, he's proud. His desire is as hell. He's never satisfied. He is as death. Everywhere he go, he causes a problem. He trying to get all people and everybody under him so that he can be in charge. These eventually, guess what? These other nations, these are going to take up a parable against him, a taunting proverb, a finger pointing, getting dirt thrown on his name, and things like that, and against him. And they're going to say, woe unto him. Woe means destruction and judgment unto him that increases that which is not his. And that's what Esau does. He increases in things that are not his, that do not belong to him. And he always coming under these useless guises, these false guises or disguises of like he right for what he doing when he's dead wrong. But it says, woe to him that increases in that which is not his. How long? That's what it means. How long are you gonna do this, Esau? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. That's that debt that Esau got going on around the four corners of the earth. Verse 7, it says, shall they not rise up suddenly? Shall not these other nations rise up suddenly against Esau and bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them? So again, these other nations are going to wake up suddenly. The Lord has already had that to happen. You can go over to verse 16. Esau's filled with shame for glory, for all the things he's done in the four corners of the earth. So these other nations are going to rise up suddenly and bite Esau. These other nations are going to awake, though, and vex the fire to Esau. And the truth of the matter is, this bricks, that's really vexing Esau. It really is. It's vexing him. And it says, and thou shalt be for booties unto them. Booty is treasure, gain. So Esau's going to be, he's going to be ripe for the taking. Babylon, America, his engine, his catalyst in the earth for tomfoolery is going to be ripe for the pickings. They're going to pick these other nations. They're going to pick this place apart before they burn this whore with fire. Verse 8, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, and of the city, and of all that dwell therein. So because Esau has spoiled many nations, throwed sanctions on them, which messes up their economy, stops them from doing. That's why Esau is placing sanctions. He's trying to affect the economy to keep them from coming up. That's a wicked device. Woe to him that worked wickedness upon his bed. That's Micah, chapter 2, verse 1. Woe, yet again, destruction. Esau done spoiled many nations, and the remnant of these people of the earth, they're gonna spoil it. They're gonna spoil Esau. Esau's been using America to spoil the whole world. Well, guess what? These nations are going to spoil this place. Why? Because of men's blood and for the violence of the land. The wickedness of Esau that he's done around the four corners of the earth, especially here in Babylon. And so because of that, because of the violence of the land and of the city and all the things that dwell therein, it's going to be destruction. Because Esau has done these things, everywhere he is at in the earth, and its main power structure is going to be eradicated, going to be destroyed. It's going to be judged. And this article here is nothing but a spewing and or a narrative that's being painted. Lies, basically. I'm going to jump down to verse 10. It says, Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. So Esau has consulted shame unto his house, unto his power structure. By cutting off many people, Esau done killed every nation on the planet around the four corners of the earth off of their land, and has sinned against his own very soul. So guess what? There's going to be a destruction for that. It's going to be a judgment for that, I should say. Ultimately, yeah, destruction. Esau has done all this stuff around the four corners of the earth just for power, just for gain. Last point, verse 16 of Habakkuk chapter 2. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be upon, like it shall be on thy glory. So Esau has been filled with shame for glory. And see now the things that are coming out, these other nations looking at the history of this place, Esau is filled with shame because of that. The critical race theory, they want to take that out, want to take out the slavery out of the curriculum because that's shame because of what he did to his brother Jacob. So Esau is now filled with shame for all this glory that he wants. So the Lord says, drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. Meaning now it's your turn, Esau, to drink of the cup, to be in a hard place, to be down bad, to be on the bottom. But when you read the scriptures, you're going back, Esau's going back to his original place, which is the bottom, underneath, where he belonged. That is his rightful place. Because you can tell by how things are running in the world that he's not fit for rulership. He obviously doesn't have the scruples and or the know-how to do it, to rule correctly. The cup of the Heavenly Father's hand has been turned unto him. What is that? The cup of the Heavenly Father's hand? His judgment, that righteous anger, that indignation. And the Lord has done this, and guess what? Now shameful spewing is on Esau's glory, on that once pseudo pristine image that he had around the four corners of the earth. Now the Lord has made it a laughing stock, a gazing stock. Shame. The Lord done dirtied up that image that Esau was projecting forward. The Lord done moved the curtains back, and now these nations see how Esau really get down. So again, this is just another article that Esau has written up and drawn up to try and make Russia and China look bad with a little bit of threat in there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I was getting from it when I first read the article. So when I first read this article, I thought about it for a minute, and these scriptures came to my life, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do the lesson. But as I was reading, it just looked like the regular jargon that Esau puts out. But nonetheless, we filter this through the scriptures of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and we bring it out to our people so that they can know and understand what's going on, and that we are not ignorant of Satan's devices, and that the Lord is exposing the devil the deceiver. And with that, shalom.